Enemy territory.
It's a gain of 18. That's another Cowboys first down.
So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 47.
We're going to 54. Wide in. Go. What do you want? Check. We're going to 54. Wide in. Here we go. 26.
They'll throw again. Prescott. And he's going to go down. They sack him back at the 42.
2 sacks last week. Another one right here. He's been unblockable lately, and I think that goes all the way back to not just his offseason, but the film study he's been doing during the week, because I think he's found matchups that he likes, and he's capitalizing.
A few times he's even defeated double teams. He doesn't care at this point.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
24 is the mic. Hey, watch the lane. Check 20. We're going to 54. Wide in. Here we go, 47. Go. Get 26.
On 3rd down, it's Prescott. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 34. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts. Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10 at the 34. After the interception, here's Wilson being chased out left. Catch is made by Marquise Brown. Great way to start the drive. 20 big ones and a first down. That's the number 2 receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage. And tell you what, a few more plays like that, he won't be number 2 for long.
Well, that's what often happens when you have competitors running around the field. These guys know where they stand in relationship to yardage, totals, numbers, the whole deal. And let's face it, all of them, they all want to be number 1.
Sliding out of the pocket. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down.
Well, they certainly didn't waste any time throwing some deep passes here. But the defense, it wasn't unexpected. They told their secondary, be ready. You're going to be tested all night by this team.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
Bang out. Bam. 6-man. Check girl.
Here's the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 47. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down.
Well, that didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
Pin the mirrors back and go full strip. Let's 57's right.
On 3rd down, Wilson. And that is incomplete.
As my dad used to tell me all the time, when you're getting ready to play a big-time game, especially when you have one going into a dome setting, better strap it up tight because that crowd can really affect things.
Especially on 3rd downs like the one we just saw there with the incompletion. On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. And a nice job here on special teams. This will be down inside the 10 at the 8-yard line.
Well, someone's going to be happy with that effort. You know who else is going to be happy? His defense.
Absolutely.
He's created a very long field for that offense to try to traverse.
And he got some help from Mr. Football there, checking up nicely. Good English on that punt. And a healthy gain of 8 here. They double their workspace out to the 16.
At the 16-yard line.
Go. He's checking. Crash. 56, the mic, boys. 56.
From the 16, Prescott. And this is taken in one-handed. What a catch. 7 yards there and a first down.
What a catch and one-handed, and I'm starting to lose my awe about the play, and maybe I shouldn't. How much of this is the player How much of it is the glove?
Well, those gloves, they do have a little grip to them.
They get that little extra tackiness to them now, and I know the guys in the NFL, the competition committee, some other places, they're talking about examining those gloves to see if they're having too much of an effect on the game.
Well, once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10.
47. We're going to 54. Why ain't? Here we go. Going to 54. Going to 54. Why ain't? Hey, kill.
Looking to throw. Prescott. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Big Shaq Lawson gets the sack there. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
Prescott now. And he's able to hook up with Michael Gallup. And they work this well upfield across the 45. That one nearly 30 yards, 29 officially. Couple of first downs to kick off the drive. Here's 1st and 10 up at the 46. Out of the gun. Here's Prescott. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. That's now a pair of explosive plays in succession, both north of 20 yards.
I like that one, partner. They go back-to-back with excellent gains. And really, it shouldn't be a surprise who they were throwing the ball to. He's their best guy.
Yeah, we knew that they would get him involved early. They're doubling down on getting him involved early.
Don't be surprised if they'll come right back to him again. They haven't shown the propensity to be able to stop him.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Here go 46.
Here's Prescott. There goes a deep ball, end zone, and that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Mike 56. Hey, man.
Prescott yet again. Hit as he throws there, incomplete. So back-to-back incompletions. 3rd down here and 10, but you're still in field goal range.
And that's the thing to keep in mind. They're in field goal range. So now you don't take any unnecessary risks, but you try and find a way to get back to what you were doing earlier in the drive in order to finish this one off.
He's going to find Gallup here complete. Touchdown, Cowboys! Michael Gallup, his 6th touchdown of the season, as his guys are on the board first here tonight. Great corner route there, not only able to catch it, turn it upfield, and get into the end zone.
It usually involves a little bit of an extra move, doesn't it? You've got to get them thinking that you're moving to the middle of the field, and you're breaking away to that corner. Boy, that was well executed.
It's a very short kick, taken by an up man. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
At their own 29-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win 1st down. You win 2nd down. And guess what? You start accumulating 1st downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
At the 34-yard line.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Elliott. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down. A tough run by Ezekiel Elliott, the 4th overall pick in the 2016 draft.
If you watch tape of him in college, you saw plenty of those runs, because I know the highlights showed him in the open field breaking away from people, but that's how he wore down defenses, those exact type of runs.
And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line.
Check. 280. Check 52. Left for signal.
Mike 52. Mike 52.
Let's go. Let's go. Back to the Mike. One left. One left.
Now they'll throw it with Wilson. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 46. And his guys are going to take over at their own 48-yard line. And he may want to track down that football because that's interception number 1 on his career.
You're saying that's going into the trophy case?
I'd put it there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That's when you ask the equipment guys to make sure they hold it for you after the game. But if you put in the back 7 on defense, that's part of your job, finding ways to take the ball away from the other team.
13 yards and a first down, Cowboys. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Prescott to throw it. It's complete to Drake. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards.
Here we go, 46. Hey, kill. That's me. Check.
Here's Prescott. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And this is going to be intercepted. Chauncey Gardner-Johnson with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
Check 6 guys. Check 9. Check 4. Shit. I'll go special. I'll go 2-8.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. And on that one, the protection just broke down.
You've got to have that leverage, don't you? We always talk about low man wins in the running game for an offensive lineman versus a defensive lineman. It's essentially the same thing in pass protection. Get lower than that defensive lineman so that you can keep your balance and keep him away from your guy trying to throw the football.
To try again after the sack. Wilson dancing to his left. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. 3rd and long, it's Wilson. Flushed out right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And that's caught inside the 35. And all the way down to the 22-yard line. It's a big play there for Seattle. 64 yards. So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone. From the shotgun, a give to Elliott. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Even though they gave up more than they wanted to on that play, it actually illustrates how well they bottled him up throughout the game because that was his longest run of this contest.
50 seconds to Mike. Silver.
From the 17, Wilson buying time to his left. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. He'll wind up with positive yardage. It's a gain of 3, but now it's 3rd down.
And it's 3rd down.
Green 80. Well left.
On 3rd and 1, Wilson. And it'll be intercepted. Buda Baker with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, there definitely was some juice on that pass. And while tight ends don't always have the same reputation for hands as wide receivers do, in this case, that ball was expected to be caught.
So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at the 20. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Got his man there complete to Gallup. 23 yards on the play. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. A reminder coming up just a few minutes from now. We'll send you to Jonathan Coachman and our crew in Orlando. Coach will have a look back at some of the stats and scores from yesterday's action. Now Prescott. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Shaquille Griffin with a pick. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And 2 picks thrown here in this first half alone. We'll see how that affects it.
Can't wait to see where his confidence is, because the great ones, they'll throw 4 or 5 picks, and while it'll hurt their team, it won't hurt their confidence. They'll think something was just wrong with the ball or the wind or something was funny. It's never about them. That's how they stay so into the moment and into the game.
And a big loss here as he's taken down.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. Now it's Wilson. And Wilson's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Jesse Bates. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line.
You hear me laughing, partner, and I'm not laughing at the situation, but sometimes you just get yourself into a rut. It's hard to shake yourself out of it.
Kill. 47. Kill. 47.
Following the interception, here's Prescott. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Shaq Lawson, his 2nd sack of the night. Sacks a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. To throw is Prescott. And he hits Drake. A gain there of 21 yards. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
2nd and 10 now from the 27.
Check 50. 49. Check 49. Check 49.
Kill. Come on. 26.
Now Prescott. That's going to be caught by Kirk. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action.
We're going to 54. Line in. We're going to 54. Going to 54. Line in.
Check 24. Check out.
We're going to 53.
Say it. Switch it.
We're going to 26.
And again, it's Prescott. And he's going to go down. They sack him back right around the 30. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. And his kick is absolutely perfect. And that will make our score 9-0. So good work there to get points just before the half as they add on to their lead.
As trite as it sounds, every little bit helps. That's exactly what they're going for. Anytime you get a chance to put points on the board, you take it.
And they didn't leave the other side with much time at all on the clock.
Take over first and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Likely time for just one final play, and then it'll be off to the locker room to talk about how they can erase this deficit.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people look at it and go, well, maybe you take a shot here. Maybe you get some momentum going into the half. What's the flip side of that? You do something crazy, quarterback gets hit, ball comes free, and now you're down an even bigger margin. Go ahead and take this one, go to the locker room, start over.
And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. And now a timeout defensively after that first down play. So they're going to make this offense sweat out half number one. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Watch safety creep. Watch safety creeping. Safety's creeping. Check 99. Check 99. Jim.
Pull up for signal. Touch 50. Check.
Final play of the half. It's Wilson. Forced out to his left. And he's going to keep it here. Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble. It's picked up by the Cowboys. But they will not be able to capitalize as time is run out here on the first half of play. So we come upon halftime with 9 points separating these two teams. As we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports halftime report. Take it away, Coach. The Cowboys will get the football first here, and they have the lead as well as we are underway in quarter 3.
Let's go.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And last time they coughed it up. Led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal, but still, they're not happy about it.
Could you sense the relief, though, when they only gave up the field goal and they were able to trot back out on the field and start this drive? A little more pep in their step because they didn't cost their team a touchdown, but they know they've got to do it a lot better than they did on the last possession.
The coach will just be relieved, though, if they recoup with a score here, right?
I think coach would be ecstatic to see them pick themselves back up and now take it downfield and punch in the end zone without turning it over.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5.
Oh, here we go. Oh.
Now with the play clock about to expire, we get a whistle and a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter.
Hey, pick it up, defense. Let's go.
Alert.
Trump.
Go.
Watch Mike. Let's go. Let's get this ball back. Put up.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Wilson. And it's hauled in by Jared Cook. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down. So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 46.
What's left?
Mike 52.
Now it's Wilson. Escaping the pressure right. The attempt on the yards, the gain there.
I'd have to say that whenever you see a good post route run, they do not like to let it end without the catch. Hence, that great diving play.
Yeah, lay it up there, let him go get it, and he got it.